Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, my name is Cynthia and I'm going to be talking about plants. So today's video is going to be a planting maintenance video. I have some Hoyas that I recently received and I have some questions that you guys had asked me, so I think I'm going to be doing some maintenance on some of my plants and answering those questions that you guys had for me. And make sure you stay till the end of this video because I'm going to be revealing the giveaway winners from my last video, so don't miss that. So the first question that I got was from @SheGrows on Instagram, and she asked, how long do you acclimate your plant before you repot? Do you water Hoyas before you repot, or repot them then water? So for me, it depends. So if I get a Hoya in soil like this one came in a chunky like bark mix. So I got this, and once I received it, the leaf itself looked like fine. Like it wasn't it wasn't droopy or anything. So it didn't seem to need to be watered. So I didn't water it right away. And then I just put it in my Hoya section where it could get nice bright light because it had been in a box, right? So for a Hoya to acclimate in my house, I usually let them stay in their little container for a week or two. If I see it, doing fine, then that's what I do. If a Hoya starts to not look fine and the leaves are sad and droopy and there's something wrong, then I take them out of the soil and check the roots. If something's wrong with the roots, then I would put the Hoya in water. But yeah, I don't tend to repot right away. Most of the time, if I'm busy, I wait a while, There are times that I get Hoyas like this, which is in like little plastic containers, either in sphagnum moss or in this thing. I don't remember what that is called. But when something comes like this, then this is an unrooted cutting, and I take this out of the little container and just put it in water. And for this to acclimate, I broke it. Sometimes for these to acclimate, it takes a bit because you're trying to root them. You see, this was maybe barely growing a root right there. It's really pretty, but this doesn't have any roots. So what I would do is put this in water and leave it there for a bit. I'm gonna show you this cutting. I've had this in water. I put the date here. So this has been in water since the 7th of October. And that's the amount of roots that I have so far. So for this one, if I really wanted to, I could try to repot this already, but I'm still gonna leave it in water for a little bit longer, just so it could give me a little bit of longer roots. Because this is a big plant, and these are big leaves, so I'm gonna leave it in here for a little bit longer. So we're gonna repot this guy. I have a little pot, and I think that should be fine, like that size. And I have my soil here and my scissors, so I use this to cover the drainage hole. I'm gonna start with the next question. The next question is, at those leaves though, are you ever overwhelmed by your collection? So I want to say yes, there are times that I am overwhelmed by my collection, especially like this month. I was very busy with work. I worked a lot of hours, so when I'm busy with work, then it is overwhelming because there are times that I end up neglecting my plants a little bit. Most of my Hoyas can tolerate neglect. They really don't care. And luckily it's October, so the weather's kind of like up and down. Like it's been hot, then kind of cool, then I don't know, it's crazy right now. So most of my plants, at least this month, have been forgiving, but there are times that, you know, you lose a plant or some leaves, or you end up finding pests. And today we're gonna be solving some pest issues. So I have my Hoya mix here. If you guys are interested in a Hoya mix video, I've already made one. I'll link it up here in case you guys haven't seen that. So I put that little mesh in my pot so, you know, none of the soil particles get all over my shelf. So what I'm gonna do, since this is rather like a really chunky soil, I'm just gonna take it out of there. And you could see it does have some roots. So we're just gonna, I'm not gonna mess with the roots too much, okay? I'm just gonna put some of my soil in this. There you go. Okay. The next question is from @Gabby_C. @Gabby_C. How do you pot aroids with the stems that grow horizontally? For me, the only aroid that I've noticed that does that for me is my gloriosum. It starts to grow horizontally, and I haven't had to repot it that way, but I would just repot it horizontally. Like if the stem is growing sideways, then you should just follow what the stem wants to do, because regardless, if you don't pot it like that, it will continue to grow that way. Okay, I'm adding a little chopstick just for support, you guys. Let's see. You guys can see what I'm doing. I kind of have a different setup today because I really needed to have a table to do this repotting, so I could have you guys at least be able to see a little bit of what I'm doing. But yeah, I would pot it horizontally. Just make sure you have a wide enough pot because it will continue to trail horizontally, if that makes any sense. Okay. And this is a Hoya Ritzy from Borneo. It's really pretty. This had been on my wish list, and I bought it off of Etsy. It's really cute. So there you go. Let's pot it up. So cute. You see, then I have this other guy too that I need to put in water. So I'll just go ahead and put it in here. Like that. And this will probably be here for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. Depends how long it takes for it to root. Once I put them in the water, I try not to disturb them or mess with them. And that's one of the reasons why I like to root in water, is because I like to be able to see how many roots or how fast the roots are growing. But there's obviously a lot of different ways to propagate or to root a plant. So like I said earlier, this month I did neglect some of my plants. So I have plants here that have scale. And if you guys don't know what scale is, they're little bugs that attach pretty much to almost every part of your plant, on the leaves, on the stems, and they could be different colors. The ones that I have are brown, and I'll try to add a picture so you guys, see what I'm talking about, because I'm pretty sure it won't come through if I put a plant in front of you guys. Let me see, maybe it will. This guy has a lot of them. Okay, you see right here on this stem, right there, you see those brown spots? Those are scale. And pretty much what they're doing is sucking up, you know, all the planty juices. So it's pretty gross. And we're gonna take care of it today. I feel so bad for my Hoyas because I hadn't noticed that this was going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this little makeshift trellis that I made. And like this one is the one that has, I think, the most of them. And it's really gross, you guys, because this one is really sticky, like it was dropping the sap everywhere. Let me see. So what I do is I have these little bottles. I bought this from Daiso a while back, and I fill it with alcohol, and then I get these little cotton rounds, which are like for your face. That's what I use them for normally. But today we're cleaning and taking care of this mess because I've neglected my babies, and then I feel bad. And this is the first time that I have scale, and it's not pretty bad, but it's like no wonder that these plants hadn't been growing, you know. Okay, so I took that off. So I'm gonna get another cotton round, and you could just spray the plant, but then you have to make sure to wash it off afterward, you know what I mean. So I'm spraying this leaf because it has like a lot of stickiness to it, like sap was falling on it or something. And then you have to make sure you check the undersides too, because they hide in all the little crevices of your plant and leaves and stems and stuff. It's really pretty gross. And then what I would do afterward, so pretty much I clean the leaves, I clean the stems, and then these are, ever since I found out that they had bugs, I isolated them in my bathroom, and I've just kept them over there so they don't pass it on to another plant, you know. Especially because Hoyas, you know, they like to wrap around each other sometimes. I'm just like kind of being rough on this because there's a lot of them and it's pretty disgusting. And I want my Hoyas to grow, you know, and these guys are just sucking the life out of them. I'm really sad about it because it's my fault, you know. I hadn't really inspected them lately because I was on my own thing. So yeah, you're gonna clean the stems and wherever a leaf is connected. Oops, I just broke a leaf. Maybe I'm being too rough, you guys, but okay, the next question is from Planty Jackie on Instagram. How are you preparing yourself for winter, and how many Hoyas do you have in your collection? Okay, well, you know, we live in California, so winter is not that crazy here. I do live in an old building, so whatever plants are really close to windows, and I have to move them back, especially because there's like, it is starting to get cold and there is drafts. So I need to watch out for that. I don't want my plants to, you know, freeze. So that's one thing I'm doing. I already use like a bunch of grow lights, so that's, you know, gonna continue and stay the same. I don't really do anything crazy to prepare for winter, you guys. So when it gets kind of cold here, I just stop watering as frequently, and that's about it. Let me know if you guys are dealing with any pests right now, because it's pests are like, you know, the most annoying thing about plants, but you gotta deal with it, or else it just becomes like a crazy infestation. And okay, let me see, I see one right there. With scale, you can pretty much like crush them and take them off. It's so gross. But you do like a thorough cleaning of the leaves and the stems, and then try to keep it isolated, and then you have to repeat it again, because you know, they could be hiding, or some can be so small. Because the brown ones that I think maybe you were able to see on the screen, but those brown ones are the big ones. There's smaller sized ones. And they hide right where the veining of the plants are, you know. It's like you gotta check all the crevices, all the crevasses. But yeah, so we're done with this one. The next one is gonna be this one, and I noticed that a lot of these Hoyas came from the same place, except for one. So I don't know if maybe I brought a Hoya in that I didn't inspect properly and it spread it to my other Hoyas, or where it came from. So I'm not gonna poop on anyone's shop, you know what I mean? Because I don't know where they came from, but there's a lot of them. And sometimes you confuse them on Hoyas, because Hoyas have these little bumps where it's where they would grow roots. And yeah, you need to really look at them closely, honestly. But yeah, so she asked how many Hoyas I have also. And the last time I checked, because I started to try to keep track of, you know, how many Hoyas I'm buying and like what I already have, so I don't, you know, buy the same plant multiple times. And the last time I checked, I believe I had over 100 already. So, and then I haven't updated that. So yeah, today is actually Halloween, and it really sucks, you know, because I love Halloween. I've honestly been really busy with work, and you know, we can't do anything. I have a son, and you know, we would go trick-or-treating, but this year is obviously a no-go for us. I think I'm done with this one. So we're just watching movies, I guess, today. In my last video, I complained about this guy so much. I think I've complained about this plant before. Then I was talking about it, and I went to water it, and I noticed that it had scale also. And yeah, it's not good. So same, we're gonna clean the leaves, make sure we check the undersides. And if you're gonna clean the leaves, but you don't have, you're gonna put it back under your grow light or where the sun would hit them, then I would suggest that you rinse out the alcohol, because I'm spraying them down with alcohol, right? but I'm gonna put these in my bathroom, and my bathroom doesn't get any direct sunlight or anything. So I'm just gonna let the alcohol sit on the leaves. But if you're gonna put them where there's sun, then I would suggest you do the alcohol treatment and then rinse it off, because your leaves can burn, you know, with the sun. By the way, I've also used Q-tips to do the cleaning and stuff, but this one has a bunch of small ones. So if you have like a couple, like one or two, then Q-tips are chill, like, but you would use so many Q-tips if you try to do like the whole stem of a plant. So I'd rather do it this way with the cotton rounds and stuff. The next question on our list, I wrote them down because I don't know if you guys know this, I use my phone to film, so I can't be looking at screenshots and stuff while filming. But yeah, the next question is from Jillian_plant_corner, and she's a fellow YouTuber. She said, when do you repot, time of the year or day? So I usually repot in the spring and summertime. Right now it's fall, so I still repot in the fall, but I only repot if it's like really necessary, like if the plant is pot bound, or if I just bought the plant and I've already acclimated it and I want to switch the soil out for my type of soil. Then I do repot in those instances, but most of the time, if it's already like cold weather and stuff, I try not to repot. It depends. You guys can see that section has a bunch of them too. I thought I was done. Guess not. But yeah, what are you guys doing, or what did you guys do for Halloween, since it's already gonna be past by the time this goes up? Okay, I think we're done for now with this one. I think we're done, and then next week I'm gonna recheck it and keep checking back for more pests to see if it continues to have them, because you know they could be down closer to the soil. I could miss some, you know, so it's important to just keep rechecking the plant. I already spotted 2 more down here at the base, so those will come up if anything, and we'll get them. So this is the next one. This is Hoya Megalastar. This one has been attracting a lot of ants. So I don't know if it's because the pot is a self-watering pot and it has water in the bottom or what, but yeah, it has ants. But I don't, the ants don't bug me. It does bug me that they don't kill these other bugs, you know what I mean? They're just hanging out. So these guys, I see they have a little bit of the pest issue. So I'm also gonna wipe them down. I I noticed I mostly had them where there was little ties that was holding the plant to these stakes, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so Deya here on YouTube, she's a fellow plant YouTuber. She asked what I do, what I'm currently doing for fun, and what plants I'm excited about. So I'm really excited to see if any of my Hoyas bloom during the cold weather time, because there are Hoyas that like to bloom when it's more cold, like a cooler climate. So I'm hoping to see if I have any of those Hoyas that would want to try to bloom. So I'm excited about that. And then for fun, I've been, you know, trying to watch shows or movies or things like that, just to, you know, be distracted, especially since we can't really be going out and stuff like that. So I don't know, I really like that show, The Boys, and I also like to color. I don't know if that's weird, but coloring or drawing, things like that really relax me. I don't draw as much as when I was younger, but I do like to color, have a drink and color, have some wine, sip some tea, whatever is available. It's pretty fun and relaxing for me. So that's something I like to do, especially when I've been like working a lot, and I don't know, it's just some me time, some downtime. Okay, so I'm tying this guy back up, and I think I got most of them. So that's it. And those are all the ones that I wanted to tree. So that's it for today. Hopefully when I check back on these plants, I don't see as many pests as I did today. That was a major like amount, especially on that first one that I had. Now the winners for the giveaway. The first winner was Alexa Ocampos, Alexa Ocampos. The second winner was Yaritza Vizcaya, and the third winner was Armida Moreno. So I'm gonna insert the clip of me doing the randomizer just so you guys see how I got those names. But congratulations, you guys. Thank you for entering my giveaway, and I will message you guys privately. I hope to do more giveaways in the future. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!